Well, hello, you filthy little legends. Welcome to Topicopedia, actual episode 158, where the only thing tighter than our schedule is Nicole's grip on her wine glass.
Listen, Steve, priorities are everything, babe. Hydration is key. Also, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the podcast that's like a cruise ship buffet. Chaotic, overindulgent, and mildly regretful the next day.
Speaking of cruises, this week we're diving into the delightful world of things you can say on a cruise ship and in the bedroom. I don't want to say we peaked at this topic, but I haven't been this excited since someone shouted, "All aboard!" and I realised we weren't talking about public transport.
Honestly, Steve, if someone yelled "man overboard" in your bedroom, I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Cheeky. I like to keep it nautical and naughty, but that's not all. We've also got a serious twist this week with a deep dive into the creepy, blood-soaked mystery of How do you pronounce that, Nicole?
Villisca?
Thank you. Villisca Axe Murders. Spoiler alert, it's a real who did it with an axe in the bedroom kind of vibe.
Less clue, more oh no. Honestly, that's really bad, isn't it? Honestly, it's terrifying. 8 people, 1 axe, and 0 answers. Basically, a Tinder date gone horribly wrong. Oh, God.
And to balance out the murder and mayhem, we're also talking about things that shouldn't be embarrassing but totally are, like tripping over nothing in public or accidentally making sex noises while stretching in yoga class.
Or someone calling mum at work. Been there, died inside.
Plus, we've got our notable news, dictionary word of the week, which is definitely going to ruin someone's innocence. Meme of the week, and of course...
jokes of the week, because if we don't laugh, we'll cry, or drink, or both.
So grab your flotation devices, your safe words, kids. It's time to set sail on this weird, wild, and slightly inappropriate voyage.
And remember, what happens on Topicopedia absolutely gets edited out, unless it's hilarious.
Let's do this. Is Uncle Jerry having a dig at my editing from last week, or what?
I think so. Yeah.
I think Uncle Jerry's watching us on TikTok Live last week, and then he's decided to have a bit of a dig at the amount of edits I did in the final cut of the podcast.
That was actually a lot more edits than we normally have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including, I don't know if anyone noticed it, but the the intro where I say the number of the episode, there was a little edit there. You might not have noticed. It might have been completely over your head. Yeah, no chance would we have got away with that. We will just write it out with style.
We like to poke fun at our funny edits, though, our silly edits.
We do. That's what we're here for. We're here to have fun. And we hope that you're here to have fun as well.
We hope you're having fun, and if you're not, why are you doing it to yourself?
Yeah. We like you to tune in and just feel you can just have a break from, if you've had an exhausting day and you're feeling a bit like,
oh, what a day.
Stick us on, have us coming in your ears. Job's a good one.
Have us what in your ears?
Coming in your ears. That's an old Phoenix Nights gag. Charlie FM, coming in your ears.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And also, Charlie FM, where the listener comes first.
Oh, I love it.
Love a bit of Phoenix Nights. Love it.
So, how are we? How's your week been?
It's
a long week, isn't it?
Yeah. It's been uneventful.
Has it?
Yeah, I've enjoyed the mixed weather.
Oh, I'm on holiday at the moment.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah.
Are you somewhere hot and sunny, or is it?
No, I'm in a place called, I don't know what it's called actually. It's near Stonehenge. It's in Dorset, and it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I don't think the weather's too good, but worse things have happened, and it could be worse. It's not horrible.
Stonehenge, right?
Yeah.
What's the deal? What is the deal?
It costs £25 to go and have a look at it from behind a fence. It's not really what I would call a deal, to be honest with you.
It's not a deal at all. Why do people pay to go and see it?
I think I'm going to go and pay to go see it. I'm not even going to lie. Because it is quite a thing, isn't it? Like, how did it bloody well get there?
Someone put it there. It didn't just...
Yeah, but how did they put it there? Because the technology wasn't there to erect these ruddy, great big bits
We've
of
had
planet.
wheels and pulleys for a long time.
Well, apparently not as long as you should have done to have built Stonehenge.
Look, back in the day, we could build, motorways in no time. And now, to build a stretch of motorway takes like 20 years.
Yeah.
10 years of
We
planning
progressed.
and then 10 years of building it. And then it
10
ends up...
years of planning. And well, you're forgetting the other decade that becomes before even the planning. Because then, guaranteed you have to put this proposal forward. And every fuddy-duddy on the town council says, oh no, you're not putting that here through our bloody countryside.
Not in my backyard. NIMBYs.
Yeah. Them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so back in the day, we used to be able to do stuff. We used to, I wonder when they were building that, if they had someone from health and safety overseeing them go, oh, no. Can't
put that up there, mate.
Cover that up there. It's not safe.
Someone comes round to that fucking eyesore. That not in that accent, to be fair. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They probably sound more like they would down here, wouldn't they? You're not putting that there, love. It looks bloody awful. It's gawping, isn't it?
In the middle of
terrible.
In the middle of a field.
What the hell have you done in my field? That's a hell of a lot of barley I ain't bloody planting now, isn't it? Took all the space. I ain't going to get combine through there, am I? Fucking hell. What are you doing to me? Yeah. Oh, dear. Anyway.
I think we should...
So I'm having a lovely week. I'm having the best week ever.
That's good. I'm going to put a marker there just so we can... I don't know. I think it might be quite interesting for people to hear our take on Stonehenge.
Yeah. I agree.
That was entertaining. That was a very entertaining piece. Thank you.
And I tell you what, I'm saying it now. If someone leaves a comment saying, oh, obviously there weren't combine harvesters in those days. Oh, I swear to God, you're the idiot, not me. Just saying. I was gonna use other words, but I'm not getting us cancelled this week.
Okay, good. No,
I'm on holiday. I don't need any stress. So
okay.
Okay. Right. So, I've got feedback. I knew there was something. I've got to find it though. Hang on.
Okay, we'll start with some feedback.
Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. Okay. So yeah, Andy has sent this a screenshot. It says, "Oh, it's a joke." Oh, shall we have his joke? Shall we have it now? It feels naughty if we have it now, doesn't it?
Or shall we save it to the end?
Do you want to save it to the end? I might forget though. Oh, can I tell it now, please? Oh, go on.
Well, go on then. But then when it gets missed off the TikToks,
okay,
I'll
blame
you.
you. Yeah, it's your fault.
I'll put another marker. I'll forget to edit these markers, but I'll put it in anyway. There we go.
You won't forget. I'll remind you at the end of the episode that you put markers in for a reason.
Okay.
Okay, so there was an elderly man who wanted to make his younger wife pregnant. So he went to the doctor to have a sperm count done. The doctor told him to take a specimen cup home, fill it, and bring it back the next day. The elderly man came back the next day and the specimen cup was empty and the lid was on it. Doctor, what was the problem? Elderly man. Well, I tried with my right hand. Nothing. So I tried with my left hand. Nothing. My wife tried with her right hand. Nothing. Her left hand. Nothing. Her mouth. Nothing. And then my wife's friend tried. Right hand, left hand, mouth. Still nothing. And the doctor says, wait a minute. You mean your wife's friend too? Elderly man says, yes. We still couldn't get the lid off the damn specimen cup. Oh my goodness.
Oh dear.
Well done. That's a good one, Andy. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. But yeah, he's given me some feedback. So that was the first bit.
Okay.
The next bit, he said, so my weekend was eventful. As of Saturday, my brother went on a steam train experience for his 40th. So he got to drive a train, which was fun, knowing he was at the controls with someone supervising, thankfully. They even let me on the footplate of the train. I must say, it's quite hot in the cabin. And they said it's a kind of a myth that they often do their breakfast on the shovel into the fire. Last one he did was 3 years ago. Okay. He said, then watch Eurovision with my partner and her family. So this is some old feedback. Score sheets and everything. We got nil points from Europe, and all our 88 points was from each country's judges. Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So another year pointless being in it.
Yeah. I don't know why but I think we should just dip, you know?
Yeah, just take a rain check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know we never put anything good in there. Do you think we're just not even trying now?
I don't. Have we ever tried, really?
Oh, Sam Ryder was good though, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
You think they would have learned from that? And, you know.
Just put him up again.
Yeah. But Andy also said that he thought it was absolutely hilarious watching us live on TikTok last week. So do tune in again next week on TikTok, where we will be recording live on Tuesday evening again. Hopefully, yes. All being well. We will give you a 2-minute warning on the socials, but appreciate you might not necessarily see those. So,
and if you enjoy what we do, share it, and then we can publish it on other platforms as well, like YouTube and stuff, and Facebook, and they all have different limits of how many people you need to have liking you. And for some reason, we're popular on TikTok. Yeah.
I don't know how that's happened, because we're like old crusties on there, aren't we?
We were very slow to the party. I was like, nope, not going on TikTok.
Yeah, I know.
I was so against it at the start, and then we've ended up doing all right from it. So
there you go, you see. Don't knock it till you tried it, I suppose.
Exactly. Sometimes you just got to dip it in and see how it turns out.
Exactly.
If it doesn't drop off, then it's a good sign.
Oh dear. Anyway, so this week, I think we have done this topic before. I'm hoping some of these are different.
Okay.
So, because I think when we did this topic before, we didn't really sit and prep it and think about it, whereas this has been prepped and thought about. Thank you, Uncle Jerry. Things that shouldn't be embarrassing, but somehow totally are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like.
So, yeah, go on.
Like farting in a lift.
I would never do that. My mum's laughing. I know she's listening to this and being all like, you cheeky beggar. Because we went to, last time I was in Cornwall, we went to Asda. And even though it's not very many stairs to get upstairs, we decided to take the lift. And it is a ruddy, great big lift because they're designed for trolleys, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, and there was only me and Luella and my mum in there. And I felt that it was probably the best time to let one go because it was about as much privacy as we were going to get. And it was quite a thunderous one. But unfortunately, my family, my daughter and my mother, like, they overreacted so badly. So they sort of fell out of the lift going, oh no, I can't believe you did that. And it's like, oh, now it's obvious, isn't it? Like, I did it in here to be covert. I did it right at the end when we're about to step, like, you know, just before the doors open, so that, you know, we don't have to be stood in my fart. But
maybe you should have dropped it in the aisle as you're about to leave the aisle. And then
no, that's it. I'm gonna do it now. As soon as we get in the lift, as soon as the door's shut, that's when I'm dropping it next time. I'm getting revenge.
Fair dues. Okay.
They can get there. Oh, I can't believe you did that. It's out before before I get out of the right. So, on my list of embarrassing things that shouldn't be embarrassing, but somehow are, waving back at someone who wasn't actually waving at you.
Oh, that is embarrassing, isn't it?
That is so embarrassing. It's horrible.
And then they blank you as well. I mean, they could just go, yeah, I feel bad for them. I'll wave at them.
Yeah, but it's probably, I don't know.
Like, acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the sound your shoes make when you're walking and they start squeaking?
Oh, do you know what? That is a thing, isn't it?
It is. And you don't know why they're squeaking at all.
No.
I think sometimes places just clean floors with stuff and it just doesn't agree with certain footwear.
Oh, sometimes though, I just think that the soles of the shoes are made out of some sort of rubber that, like, when you stand on it, it just makes a squeaky noise no matter what floor you're on. Because I have walked home with squeaky shoes before, like on the pavement, and thought, oh, this is actually really embarrassing, you know?
Yeah.
My shoes are squeaking really loudly and people can hear it. How embarrassing. How about saying you too when the waiter says enjoy your meal?
Yeah, the waiter's not having a meal with you. The bet they wish they were.
I've done it with happy birthday.
Have you? Oh,
yeah.
you too.
Someone says happy birthday. I'm like, oh, thanks, you too. Yeah.
I find it quite funny if, like, say I'm doing deliveries or whatnot, and I go in KFC and they go, enjoy. It's like, I'm not taking this guy's order and then getting in the car and eating it myself. I don't do that. But sometimes they'll say, like, enjoy your meal or you know, and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, I'm not eating it.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite funny. How about chasing after a ping pong ball?
Yeah, why is that?
Yeah, when you're playing table tennis, it's one of them games where I think it's a shame of the fact you've let it go past you in the first place.
I think so. Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, it just feels like such a defeating thing you have to do.
Yeah, but I mean, table tennis is classed as a sport, and I think the most exercise you get is when you are running after the ball because someone's got it past you.
True.
So yeah, it is kind of like the little run of shame to go and get the ball back.
It is the run of shame. That's exactly it.
It's the awkwardness of not crushing it when you go to pick it up because you don't want to. Well, if you crush it, it's no good as a ping pong ball then. So you want to make sure you don't stand on it as well.
Or trip over it.
Yeah.
As I would. Banana skin style, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, how about jogging across the road while a car politely waits for you?
Yeah.
I don't get embarrassed. That doesn't embarrass me, but I do feel very like I have to be quick.
Yeah.
In like a show of appreciation for this person.
Yeah. They've taken time out their day to let you. So you feel like you don't want to inconvenience them too much.
No, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
But I don't feel embarrassed though.
No, you just don't dilly-dally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get on with it. I always give them a little smile and maybe a wave.
Yeah.
But
you know what is embarrassing though? Asking someone to repeat themselves for a third time and still not understanding what they're saying.
One of my friends, her husband is so Cornish.
Yeah.
I don't know what he says. Now, I'm from Cornwall. I was born and raised in Cornwall. I have known some people with very thick Cornish accents that other people that I know from outside of Cornwall don't understand, and I do understand them. But this guy is so Cornish. All it sounds like to me is... And the worst thing is that my friend, who he's obviously married to, she knows it happens, but I think she forgets because she fully understands him. And I remember the last time I was having a cup of like tea around theirs a couple of years ago, and he was there, and he'd for ages, and I did the obligatory and then my friend goes, but what do you think about it? And I was like, I wouldn't like to say, really. It was so awkward.
It's probably something like really mundane as to like, what's your favourite biscuit? Like, it's like, oh, I like the chocolate ones, but I also think the hobnobs are great. And you're just like, yeah, I don't really have an opinion on it.
Yeah, I don't like to have an opinion on such matters. But it is really embarrassing if you can't understand or hear someone properly. And the worst thing is sometimes I think say that again once. Sorry, I didn't catch it a second time. I think you can just about get away with that. If you have to ask a third time, it is crushing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just think, we're not getting here. We're not getting there. Just fucking speak English, you prick.
End the conversation. Take it on Slack.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Oh, dear. How about having to tie your shoelace in public?
Yeah, I hate tying my shoelaces. I mostly just tuck my shoelaces into my shoe.
Do you know what? You should just not acknowledge the fact that you even have footwear on in public. Like, they should just be there doing their function. You shouldn't have to tamper with it whatsoever, you know? It's something about any attention being drawn to your footwear that's just like, you know, squeaky footwear. Yeah. That'll do it. And then, yeah.
Well, that's why I always double knot.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be out the house for a while and I know that I'm going to, you know, want my trainers tight rather than just me tucking the laces in, I make sure they're double knotted. They are not coming undone under my watch to allow me to get into that embarrassing situation.
Good. Well, I tell you what I do is I have them tied, but I have them tied like underneath the tongue of my shoes so that the knot and the bow is like hidden. So yeah, it never comes undone. And to be fair, I have them done quite loosely, so I just slip my feet in and out of them anyway. So they never come undone. And that's such an old school thing to do, isn't it? That's such a early noughties way of wearing your shoes. I'm sure of it. But I think actually kids these days like generally show the fact that they have their laces tied, whereas I still hide mine.
Do you remember in the 90s they had them shoelaces that you didn't tie up, they were curly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't see them anymore, do you?
Oh, get some, I'll wear them to my party.
That's a good idea. Let's have a look. Curly shoelaces.
They'll exist. Get them on Temu or something.
Do you think they'll have them? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Temu, 96p.
See? Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
What a weird thing. Yeah. The memories that just come back to you randomly.
I know. Yeah. Well, remember that one, because that might help you in a few months. What else have we got here, Ste?
What else have we got? We have got... Sorry.
Are we keeping you up, Ste? Are we boring you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I apologise. That you know what they say, that yawning's contagious. I wonder if it's contagious listening to it through a podcast. If you listen to this and you just yawned because I've yawned, then that'll answer the question.
Yeah. Let us know. Feedback us, Topicopedia.online or any of our socials. What have we got, Ste?
We got getting called on a group call and realising your voice sounds weird today.
My voice sounds weird every day that I have to hear it.
I'm at that point now where I don't care. I do enough group calls.
I don't ever do group calls, so I'm not bothered about that. But I think as well, doing what we do, you kind of just get over what your voice sounds like anyway. You're just used to hearing it so much that you don't feel any kind of way about it anymore.
Yeah, if we'd have got to, episode 158 and still not got used to it, then we'd have lost the plot, wouldn't we?
We would have absolutely lost the plot. If you did them. But the thing is I've been one of those people. I mean, it might be different for you because you've obviously had a background in this for like most of your life. But before doing the podcast, for a short while before that, I wouldn't even send voice notes. And now I send voice notes that are like 25 minutes long, I don't care. but yeah, I was afraid to even send a 2-second voice note. I hated it, like the sound of my voice and the thought of someone hearing. I could take a phone call, and that didn't bother me. But actually, the recording of it, for some reason, really bothered me. But yeah, voice notes slowly got me out of worrying about that. And then doing a podcast, you soon realise actually nobody really cares what your voice sounds like. Just get on with it.
Yeah, perfect.
So my advice to everyone, your voice doesn't sound nearly as shit as you think it does.
Maybe one day we'll both be on camera for the podcast.
No, because I really do look as shit as I think I do.
Don't be stupid. Oh my God, no one cares. No one cares. That's what you just said.
I care.
It's people don't care about your voice. People don't care about your looks. They just
I care.
They just want to know you're there and you're real and you're human.
Oh, I care.
Well, we'll have to drum that out to you.
I don't think you can. Okay.
Well, we've done it with your voice.
No. Moving on. Singing along and realising the lyrics that you knew and have always been singing your entire life were actually very, very wrong. Yes.
Yeah.
Or when you start singing, but you sing like an 8-bar too early.
Yeah, you forget there's an instrumental bit and whatnot, or a longer intro than you think, and you just start belting it out.
You think the song starts a little sooner than it actually does, and you're like, oh shit. Now you feel really stupid, you know? I think that's actually worse than belting out the wrong words.
Yeah, although saying that, there is also songs where there is edits of it. Maybe the version is not the radio edit. Maybe there is that, but then also because apparently, like James Blunt didn't sing "Flying High" in his song.
No, he didn't.
No,
no, he really didn't. What was I going to say? Well, we do love a misheard lyric, though, don't we?
We do.
And those,
fun of them.
Those we'll have to recover that at some point and upset YouTube for that week, but whatever.
Unless we just do it as a standalone bit.
No.
We could do. We're thinking out loud here. We're thinking out loud. Sorry.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a topic.
Yes.
Let's carry on. Let's be professional. 158 episodes in and still can't be professional. Right, carry on.
Making eye contact with someone while eating a banana.
I've never really... Well, maybe I just never have made eye contact with someone whilst eating a banana.
I mean, why specifically a banana? Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, yeah.
But it can be quite embarrassing just being watched eating anything anyway. A lot of people don't like being watched while they're eating.
No, I hate it. I don't even particularly enjoy eating in a restaurant, I'll be honest with you.
You'd rather be at home, on your couch.
In front of the telly, yeah.
In front of the telly. Netflix. YouTube.
Yeah. Where I can literally use a shovel to, like, spoon it into my face.
Yeah.
And it can be all, all smeared around my face, all down my front, all the crumbs in my hair and whatnot. And who's going to judge?
Exactly.
Just the dog. And the dog doesn't judge. She loves it when that happens. It means she can come and be the cleanup crew. Yeah. Everyone's a winner. Everyone's a winner. Oh, dear. And how about pulling a push door?
It's a bit awkward, but I mean...
I think you're more likely to push a pull door, if I'm honest.
Well, it's push a pull door. No, pull doors usually got a handle to pull.
Yeah, but I still think people quite... Because sometimes even push doors have a handle. So I think it confuses people.
Yeah, it is a bit confusing if the push side's got a handle on it.
Yeah.
Because theoretically, you shouldn't be able to pull a push door.
No, exactly. So if you push a pull door and it doesn't open, it's like... I don't know, yeah, you just feel like an idiot, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about realising someone's walking behind you for ages while you were doing something odd? Like what? What odd stuff are people doing while they're walking along?
Yeah, I don't think I have... I can't think of a time where that has happened to me. However, there's nothing quite as mortifying as thinking you're home alone when you're not.
Okay.
And you realise that I don't know, someone walks in on you and you're like kitchen dancing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or singing your heart out to freaking Celine Dion or something. And then you realise that actually you're not home alone. And you stood there in your knickers and I don't know, maybe it's a bit different for you, but for me, that could be very awkward.
I mean, it could be like, especially if it's like, you know, you got your headphones in, you're not knowing somewhere else in your house, and it's, you know, the landlord's come to do an inspection or something, and dancing around in your knickers.
Trust me, that would not happen. Thankfully, the landlord has to tell me when they're doing an inspection. Ugh, they're doing it next month. Ugh. And when they give me like a 4-hour window, so trust me, I know when that's happening because I will make sure my house is so beautiful before that happens. Oh dear. What else have we got here? Sneezing in a completely silent room. Do you know what? Yes, and coughing as well.
Yeah, I think coughing was particularly a couple of years ago. If you coughed, that was like everyone looked at you. Like
yeah.
COVID times.
Yeah.
That was worse than sneezing.
Did you not find that in like school assembly and it's like dead quiet and all you can hear is the teacher and you've got that tickle in your throat and you're like desperately trying to suppress it? Did you not do that? Like,
yeah, it is. It's awkward, isn't it?
It's so awkward. You just don't want to be that arsehole. And the worst one is when you've actually got a cough. And so you finally crack and you're like, fine. And you think, right, it's done now. And then 2 seconds later, there it is again. And then you end up having like all these little coughs when actually probably one big massive cough would probably fix you. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you're just the one that's constantly doing all these little coughs, being annoying. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How about tripping slightly and then pretending you were doing a little jog?
I've never done that. I'm not like that because I don't just trip like silently. I trip and go, fuck, or something like that. Do you know what I mean? There's no way you're going to think I'm meant to do that.
Yeah.
I react too much when I do stuff.
Yeah, I'm the same. It'd be too obvious.
I must admit, stuff like that, I do tend to kind of own it a little bit and not really mind too much. So, yeah. No, we're good. How about walking into a glass door that you thought was open? That is absolutely mortifying, isn't it?
That is.
Especially if it's like a shop window.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my God.
You're like, they've cleaned it too well. You don't even see it. So. Yeah. You know what? You could sit and just watch hours of clips of that, couldn't you?
I could. It's fucking amazing.
And you know it. You know there's someone with a camera nearby and they catch it. That is it. Yeah. That is not getting deleted. That is.
No. Someone is wetting themselves at that and you know it. Yeah.
Proper you being framed material.
Definitely. God, that's dating us, isn't it?
Yeah. How about being the first to clap and then no one joins in?
Oh, I tell you what, when we were at the theatre the other week, there was this one woman and she was trying to get people to clap at certain points. She was in the audience. She was very enthusiastic. And to begin with, people were clapping along. And I think it just got to a point where people were a bit like, okay, that's enough now. We don't have to do it every time there's a song on, clapping into the beat. So people stopped doing it. And I actually I think if I'd have done that and it was a one-off, I would have felt so embarrassed. But nothing stopped this woman. She was going for it. And
the thing is, though, it doesn't half hurt your arms clapping that much.
It does. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and I think that's why I think most people were a bit like, right, that's it now.
Yeah, I've had enough now. Can't keep up this momentum of energy.
No, exactly. Walking back after your turn in bowling and everyone's watching, it is, even if you've got a strike, it's better if you have done well in your turn. But there is something about walking back and everyone's just there because they are all watching you and you just feel very
I don't know, most time they're watching the ball. I usually turn around before it's hit. You know.
Oh no, I don't. I stand there and wait and see what happens, and then I turn around.
Oh, I like the surprise.
Oh, I don't. I like
Come back to it. Turn around. Watch it on the board.
No, I like to watch my failings in slow motion. Thank you very much. Yeah, in real time.
Every gripping second.
Yep, absolutely.
How about having your stomach growl loudly in a quiet room?
Yeah, why is that so embarrassing? Because there's nothing you can do about it.
No, but it's like going, yeah, I'm hungry and I'm not fed myself.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not when you're hungry.
I'm incapable of looking after myself. I don't know when I need feeding. Sometimes
it's not hungry noises. Sometimes it's like you've got a fart, and obviously it's a very quiet room and it's not the right time to fart. So you're holding that bad boy back for a while.
Yeah, just like bubbling, just brewing.
And sometimes it makes internal fart noises, doesn't it? And it's like, oh, yeah, those ones are probably the worst.
Yeah. Okay,
I think.
we'll go with that.
But yeah, hungry noises I feel a lot less embarrassed about. Let's put it that way. Rehearsing what you're going to say and then still messing it up.
Is that why we don't rehearse it anymore? We just
less embarrassing if it's off the cuff.
Yeah, we don't bother rehearsing because we're going to fuck it up anyway. Yeah.
Oh, it just reminds me of, I mean, if you were watching us live last week, you'll understand. If you weren't watching us live last week, why weren't you? Because you missed out on us and our joke segment. Oh my God. The amount of times I fucked up saying that one joke. Jesus. Good God.
There was that many edits. It probably doesn't even make sense to listen to now, but still.
So if you did listen to it, not on the, listen to it through Spotify or however you normally listen to it, rather than the live, then let us know if it was cohesive or not.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
so. It just rolled into all the jokes. It's all right. It's still in order.
Yeah. Okay. It'll be fine.
Not knowing how to hold your hands while walking.
Yeah.
You can put them in your pocket, but then you're at the risk of tripping up. You've got nothing to save you if you trip up then, have you?
It depends what you do. See, I mean, if I'm like walking home from somewhere or whatever, I've normally got a bit of a stride on and my hands are doing that stride thing where they swing back and forth. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not too worried about that. But it's like if you're walking, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know if you're like part of a wedding or something and you're doing like a walk in front of people. Do you know what I mean? It's slow and it's part of something. I mean, to be fair, I'm normally holding something, but it's the only like example I can think of off the top of my head. But there are situations sometimes where you've got to do a little walk and you feel really stupid because you don't know what to do with your hands. Like, it feels so wrong having them empty or not in front of you, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does feel weird sometimes, yeah. Mostly when you feel like you're being watched. How about standing in line and worrying if you're standing correctly?
I mean, if I'm standing, then surely I'm doing it right.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, this isn't one that bothers me. As long as I'm stood upright and I'm not... like, if I was drunk, I can imagine that I might... No, I don't think I'd care if I was drunk. I don't know.
You'd just be swaying then, rather than standing.
Just be swaying. Yeah.
But it doesn't bother you, does it? It just bothers perhaps people around you if they're that bothered.
I have got a story for you, Steve, but it's not one for the podcast, I'm afraid.
Got it. Okay.
Remind me later, though.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
So this one is getting out of a pool and adjusting your swimsuit like a soggy superhero. Does that bother you?
Not especially. I mean, I don't really spend a lot of time in pools in public places. I don't like pools in like public pools. It's not my
I
thing.
don't really adjust myself.
I mean, sometimes when you get out as a woman, if you've got like a swimming costume on or whatever, like as you push yourself out, the force of the water goes like down your top and can pull it down a little bit. So sometimes when you get out, you have to just pull your straps up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't really care.
Yeah.
The only time I get in a pool is around my aunt and uncle's house, which is in Spain. And they have their private pool. And I don't really give a stuff because that's my family and they're absolutely, I'm sure, fine with me adjusting myself. So I don't really think about things like that. No. Or I suppose, I was going to say, like when you get a wedgie in swimwear, you kind of automatically get one when you get out of the water, I think, because it's just everything sticks to you. Like, I don't know.
I won't call it embarrassing, really, is it? You're just like, that's a bit uncomfortable. It's right to my butt crack.
I mean, I try not to pluck out wedgies in front of people. I tell you one that gets me. I mean, it does embarrass me a bit, but at the same time, if I don't do something about it, then it's a problem for me that's worse than embarrassment. But I have this problem where my knickers don't stay up, depending on what I'm wearing. So quite often, on the surface, I look completely fine. But deep down, my knickers have rolled down and they're, the waistband is on my thighs. Okay. And I'm thinking, oh no, oh God, no, And so quite often, before it gets to that point, I will yank up my t-shirt, stick my hands down the back of my leggings and yank up my knickers in front of the world. I do try to do it like a little bit discreetly, but you can't always. So I do feel a bit of embarrassment, but not enough to not do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Trying to find your seat in a crowded movie theatre.
Oh, a cinema.
It's like that being watched, isn't it?
Yeah, but is there crowded cinemas these days?
No.
A
theatre, an actual theatre, on the other hand.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And that can be a bit awkward because usually the seats are a lot closer in them than they are in the cinema.
They have to stand up for you to get past. Yeah. And this did happen to me the other week when we went. We were sat right in the middle of the row and everyone else in the row was seated. And it was up in the circle as well. And I get really vertigo-y with heights. Yeah. And there's no railing or anything. You just, but you do feel like you're about to drop off the edge of a cliff when you stood there. It's horrible. And there's like no space because you're trying to get past all these people. And I'm not a skinny mini whatsoever. And I just thought, God, one person accidentally nudges me and that's it. I'm going to fall onto this row of people and it's going to be a nightmare. I did have terrible anxiety sitting up there, I'll be quite honest with you. But yeah, it was very awkward. And then we were sort of getting past people and then someone was taking a while to stand up, like quite a while. I don't know if they had stuff on their lap and they would, I don't know, or they, struggled to get up and down. I don't know because I wasn't in front. But then we had to stand there,
awkwardly next to all these people.
Awkwardly, yeah, with all these people stood next to us. And I did, after a moment, go, I'm ever so sorry. And they were like, no, it's okay. And I'm thinking, yeah, but I'm sorry for me, really, because I don't want to be here this close to you. This is horrible. So, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what's next? Being the only one who laughed too loudly at something.
Or being the only one who laughs at all.
Yeah, that's true. Both work with that.
Especially when it was your own joke.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than cracking a funny and you think this is absolutely hilarious and this is top tier humour and nobody else finds it funny and you're there like absolutely wetting yourself and it's like, well, this is awkward, isn't it?
And just stand it out. Go, it was funny to me. Stand it out.
Yeah, good. Good for you. I would feel quite embarrassed, but yeah, what else can you do?
Yeah, exactly.
What about taking a selfie in public? I find that quite embarrassing.
I don't know, enough people do it now, don't they?
Yeah, but I still feel quite embarrassed doing it.
I think it's more embarrassing taking a selfie in a toilet.
Yeah, definitely.
You see on social media at the time, all these people taking selfies in toilets in front of the mirrors.
I don't really know why they do that.
No. I'm like, sure, it looks much better if you haven't got a John behind you. A John? Why do you use the term John?
I don't know. But,
I picked that up somewhere, yeah. But
you have.
Who uses that? Is it Australians or Americans? Or
I thought it was American.
There we go. Catering for the American audience with that.
Yeah, because Steve doesn't like it when we do that. Well, I said movie theatres and he got all upset.
Yeah. and then I've just said John, just to be inclusive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's do that. What else we got? Is it my turn? It's not my turn. It's your turn.
Is it? I thought I said that one. I thought I said the last two. Looking for your car in a car park for way too long. It is.
The way you stumbled there, Steve, it just did something for me. Because it doesn't say that on the prep.
Uncle Jerry's winding me up with his prep. I'll tell him that.
He is. I don't have that problem.
No.
But I can imagine it probably is quite embarrassing if you can't find your own car.
I mean, because if you can't find your car, yeah, it is a bit embarrassing. But at the same time, who's going to be watching you long enough to see you, like, looking around for your car?
Well, yeah.
Because they're going to be either going to or from their own cars, unless they've lost theirs as well.
Exactly. In which case, brothers in arms.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Putting your change away awkwardly while people wait behind you. Do you know what? As someone who worked in retail for a very long time, I was taught that you should not serve the next customer until the one in front of you has finished and moved on, because people need to be allowed time to put their change away. It does take time. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it just takes a few more seconds of your patience. Do you know what I mean? And the amount of times when I'm trying to put my change away and a cashier will start serving the next customer and their items are in front of me and I'm thinking, don't do that, love. Do you know what I mean? That's so unprofessional. Just stop it. Just stop it. It's wrong. You shouldn't do it.
But then on the flip side, when you're in like Lidl and you are putting your change away or you're putting your shopping away or whatever, you've got the cashier and the next person awkwardly stood there watching, waiting for you to finish and bugger off before they start.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but ultimately you still need to be allowed to have that space to do it, I think.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me unless they start running things through and then I get stressed. I don't get embarrassed, I just get stressed then. I just say, oh, God, what are you doing? Just couldn't you fucking wait? Well, I don't, it's not embarrassment though.
Yeah, true.
No. Go on then.
Yeah, what about, I'm sure we've used this in something else recently, but when you say goodbye and then walk the same way as the person.
Oh, God, I hate that. Yeah, that is awful. Especially if it's someone you don't know that well. In fact, it happened to me quite recently. Maybe this is where we talked about it, actually. When we had a meeting at the school with the child psychologist. And, we said goodbye in the school. And then we all left at the same time. And you have to walk past the car park to get to the school gates, because that's where we were getting picked up. And so she had to walk with us as far as the car park. And it was just like, great. This is so awkward. So yeah, I do think that's an awkward one. Definitely. What about picking up something that you dropped and then nearly headbutting someone?
Can't say something that happens often. That's very specific.
No, it's actually you've both reached for it. It's actually like you've both reached down to get it, or I don't know. Like why are you or are you headbutting their arse? Or I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Not one I've really thought about, I'll be honest.
What about accidentally opening the wrong door instead of like a cleaning closet rather than the bathroom?
Oh, it depends if anyone sees.
Is it not kind of more down to the building, the fact that they don't put signs on the doors?
There's
not clear signs on the doors.
Yeah, it's annoying because there is a place it's the Junction where when I do go on a rare night out, I go there. They the first time I ever went there, I could not find where the toilets were. And I thought they were on the way somewhere to the beer garden, which was like a little rat maze getting to the beer garden. There were so many little corridors, twists, turns and stairs to get there. And I was convinced it must have been on the way to that somewhere because there didn't seem to be anywhere else. I now know where they are and it's nowhere near that. But there was one random like broom cupboard that had a toilet in it. I shit you not. And I thought, well, this can't be the toilet, but I'm desperate and I'm going to go. So I went in this really grubby, and it had like things like tins of paint in it, a ladder, you know. It wasn't decorated. It was just like breeze blocks. It was definitely not the toilet, but it had a toilet in there. So
that'll do then. Yeah.
This is where someone tells me it wasn't plumbed in or something. It was.
Someone had to go and fish it out.
Oh no, I didn't drop the kids off. No, it was just a number onesie. But yeah, no, it look, you always know if it's a number one, you hear the tinkle, don't you? If you don't hear the tinkle, maybe alarm bells. But yeah.
Oh dear. Well, they were fun.
I'm sure I was thinking of another one just then, and it's gone again now, which is slightly annoying me.
We can always revisit the topic.
We might have to revisit the topic at some point, yeah. But yeah, no, those are quite good. And if anyone could think of any more that we haven't mentioned, including the one that I've forgotten, please let us know. Topicopedia.online or any of our socials. Have you got a mystery for us?
Have I got a mystery?
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, the music tells it all, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? We love the music.
Yeah, we do.
Viscilla. Is that how it's always? Go on. Villisca. Okay, thank you. Villisca, Iowa. Population barely 2,000. Sat quietly beneath a velvet June sky in 1912. Its dirt roads empty, but the occasional flicker of a lamplight ruffled through curtains. It was a town where no one locked their doors, where children rode bicycles down Main Street, and neighbours still bothered. And neighbours still borrowed sugar from each other. At the corner of East 2nd Street stood the Moore home. 2 stories, white clapboard, and glowing with laughter that Sunday evening. Inside, Josiah Moore, better known as Joe, his wife Sarah, and their 4 children had hosted a church gathering. 2 youngest guests, Lena and Ina Stillinger, had joined the family service for a sleepover. Had joined the family after service.
Cruel.
What's that, sorry?
Parents are cruel for those names. Lena and Ina.
Yeah, Lena. It would be the last night that any of them would see. At dawn, something felt wrong. The Moore house, usually alive with a bustle of kids and morning chores, was eerily silent. No sound of breakfast pans, no movement on the porch. Neighbour Mary Peckham, puzzled by the stillness, knocked on the door. No answer.
Oh.
She called, "Hello?" Still nothing. Finally, Joe's brother arrived with a spare key. The door creaked open to an unnatural stillness. Sunlight filtered through the lace curtains, illuminating dust motes, and something else. Blood. He didn't get past the parlour before staggering back outside. "Call the sheriff," he muttered, white as the linen that covered the children's faces inside.
Oh.
The sheriff stepped into the home and walked into a nightmare. 8 bodies, bludgeoned beyond recognition, lay in their beds. An axe, a heavy rusted blade, stood silently against a blood-slicked wall. The killer had struck with a brutal precision, likely while the victims slept. Lena was found different, her body half off the bed, nightgown pulled up, and a defensive wound on her arm. Unlike the others, she might have woken up. She might have seen him. Mirrors were draped in cloth. A slab of bacon, rested beside the axe. The killer had covered every face with sheets or clothes and drawn the blinds tightly shut, as though trying to erase them from the world. A bowl of bloody water sat on the washstand. The murder had washed up before vanishing into the dawn. The town recoiled in horror. Headlines spread like wildfire. 8 murdered in sleep. Reporters descended. Spectators climbed onto fences for a glimpse into the cursed house. Theories swirled like smoke. A travelling preacher, Reverend George Kelly, confessed, but his story changed with the wind. He spoke of visions and claimed dog.
Another dyslexic Christian. We like it. Like it.
claimed.
Sorry.
Claimed God had told him to do it, not the dog. And then recanted. He was tired. He wasn't tired. I'm fucking tired. He was tried and then acquitted. Others whispered about Frank Jones, a wealthy politician and a bitter rival of Joe Moore. Joe had once worked for him before, still had business and possibly more. Was it jealousy, politics, murder? Then there was the idea of a drifter, some dark figure, hopping trains, slaughtering families from town to town, but no pattern was ever proven. No blood trail followed, just whispers.
Ooh.
As decades passed, the house remained boarded up, then restored. Some say the air still smells like iron. Tourists have reported hearing children giggling upstairs, or footsteps, or voices asking softly, "Who's there?" Despite books, documentaries, ghost hunters, and countless Reddit threads, the killer's identity was never discovered. He or she simply disappeared, like a shadow slipping into the cornfields. 8 lives stolen, 1 axe left behind, no answers, just silence. The end? Not really, because when the wind blows just right through that town, the curtains flutter in the old Moore house, and you could swear the night never really ended, only paused, waiting.
My favourite part of that story was you.
Thanks. Yeah, with the dog telling him to confess.
The dog. I think actually my after that, I think that started me up, and then you being tired. He was.
Thank you. You okay? Yeah. Okay, so the facts here. 8 people were murdered, possibly in their sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were. Sorry. Oh God, I'm actually crying. Okay, yeah.
So the door was locked because Joe's brother arrived with a spare key.
Yeah.
How was the door still locked? How did they get in?
He locked it again afterwards.
So you think they took the key with them?
Maybe. Or I don't know.
What if it was the girl that they think woke up? What if she was the one that murdered them all and then murdered herself?
No, that's a stretch. Let's do that. I think it'd be very hard to murder yourself in that way.
Okay. I don't know. I'm no expert at it.
I should hope not.
Now, what's the deal with the bacon?
That was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bacon being by the axe.
Yeah, that's strange.
Was he going to stay for
Maybe-
breakfast and then ran out of time? Or?
Yeah, didn't cook me bacon right, you bastard.
I mean, maybe that's what. Yeah, they didn't cook the bacon right, so he's like,
That's it, yeah. It's
grilled it.
under fucking cooked. Or overcooked.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird. Yeah. So, were there no suspects? Nothing at all?
Nothing.
Oh, he was tried. Someone was tried, wasn't he? Sorry, I was so busy laughing.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't think I paid enough attention
Yeah, well,
to it.
that was a traveling preacher, Reverend George Kelly. But it was a vision, and God told him to do it.
Oh, so he was nuts. Yeah, he could have done it though. He could have been nuts.
I don't know. I don't believe it was him.
Frank Jones, a wealthy politician and bitter rival of Joe Moore.
Is that you?
Yeah, maybe. What did Mr. Moore do? What was his job? Did it say?
I don't think so.
Maybe he was a farmer and he shortchanged the guy on the bacon. He sold him a pig and, I don't know, overcharged him or some shit. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, perhaps.
And so he's left a slice of bacon so that there could be no questioning what it was about. It was like a hint that nobody realised.
And you just picked up on that one little clue.
Of course. I am a top sleuth.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know with this one. This one's a tricky one. I mean, they're all tricky because otherwise they would have been worked out by now, wouldn't they?
That would be the whole, ruin the whole point of Unsolved Mysteries. But
I think we are tired because it has been a long week.
yeah.
And we're flagging a bit. And it's getting hard to be inspired with good ideas at this point.
Right. Well, we will. You know what? That one can remain unsolved. There is no.
That one, we can't solve it. But if you think you at home can solve it, do let us know at topicopedia.online or any of our socials. Or let us know what you think could have happened.
I mean, usually I blame the housekeeper, but there's zero mention of a housekeeper in that one.
Yeah.
So I'm blaming the housekeeper, right? It's the housekeeper.
The butler did it.
The butler did it. Yeah. Every time.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we take a delve into Urban Dictionary?
Oh, God. I'm starting to feel with Urban Dictionary, we might need to replace this segment. But if anyone could think of anything that might be more funny that we can do each week to replace Urban Dictionary, let us know. Because I don't know about you, Steve, but it's starting to feel a bit like there aren't any good ones on there, are there?
I don't know. This one might be good for you. Wilk. W-I-L-K. Wilk.
Woman I'd like to fuck.
K.
Cuck.
Cook starts with a C.
Kick. Woman I'd like to kick. What
Okay.
a wilk.
Okay, well, no, because we're not advocating domestic violence here.
No.
It's a mixture of wine and milk. How did you not get that?
Blech.
Sometimes made with
Blech.
condensed milk, where it's named condensed wilk. Using
Horrible.
context, man, let's get fucked up on wilk. And condensed wilk is the best alcohol I've ever had.
So if anyone can think of a segment that we could use to replace the Dictionary of the Week, get your thinking caps on. Do let us know at topicopedia.online or any of our socials. Because I don't feel like that added to my week. I'm not going to lie. But okay, carry on.
What about gizzard?
Ooh. Ooh. It just sounds nice, doesn't it? Gizzard.
Gizzard.
Gizzard. I don't know. Go on.
The repetitive shaking of a woman's chin by the hand of the male she is giving head to.
I felt like that could have been so good.
Oh, I'm sorry that these other people aren't creative
but I
enough.
feel like, right, if I was going to have a definition of that, it would have been like, you know, when you've given a woman a bit of a Merlin's beard with your jizz.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
You
I like
know,
that.
that would have been better. Now she looks like a jizzard.
Oh, we'll have to rename it.
Yeah,
We'll have to
I think
redo
so.
these dictionary definitions.
I think so.
Okay, this one's got 3 terms. This one's got 6. Do you want one with loads of downvotes?
Oh, go on then.
67 downvotes, 30 upvotes, right? Bommy knocker.
Right.
There's 3 terms for this ish.
Okay.
Oh, they're all quite similar actually. What's a
Okay.
bommy knocker?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
2 people in bed, at least one of whom must be male. The man rolls over to his partner, causing his penis to flop onto their leg or belly. And then second term is slapping someone on the leg using an outside arm, indicating they have just been figuratively cock-slapped. Oh, that's a bommy knocker substitution.
Okay.
And then you got verbal bommy knocker, which is using all of your tact and wit to orally wang-whack your unsuspecting foe.
Oh my God.
So then there's 3 terms of this being used in conversation. So, look, we're just friends sharing this bed tonight. Does not give you the right to bommy knocker me. And then the second one's, I'm going to kill that bastard for bommy knockering me. And third one, your mama bommy knocker.
Right. Okay.
Are you going to be using that one?
No. No, sorry. No.
Okay. Sex beard.
Isn't that jizzard?
No, the jizzard's still better.
Okay.
Facial hair grown by a man when he hits depression and gives up trying to score with ladies of his type. He refuses to shave until he actually does get laid. This aids in not only motivating him due to the itchiness, but also lowers his standards to pork any hoe bag.
Wow.
Used in context, guy 1. Dude, I need to get out of this bar. My neck is itching the hell out of me. Guy 2. No way, man. There's some drunk chicks down the end of the bar. Finish your PBR and head down there. Guy 1. I guess so, man. They are fat, but I really need to get rid of the sex beard.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah, there you go indeed.
Right, let me find a winner. Always end on a high. Oh, daddy. You know what daddy means. I think the problem is we know all these. We are 2 downward kids.
We know the good ones, and everything else is. Meh. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something. There's got to be something we can do better.
Oh, this one sounds good, and this has got 25 downvotes and 7 upvotes. A rum job.
Right.
What's a rum job?
It's when you have to get a 1 out of 10 to look like a 9 out of 10. So you hit the bottle.
Okay. Now the definition here, it starts off sounding good and then just goes a bit, for me, a bit too far. So a type of blowjob that starts out by pouring a shot of rum into your mouth and sucking on a penis till ejaculation.
Okay.
Which sounds good to me, as for a term.
Okay.
You know, to have it done to you. But then it says, and then inserting the rum and semen mixture through the urethra by blowing it inside the penis.
What?
So in context, dude, I couldn't believe how crazy last night was. I still feel the rum job Ashley gave me.
Oh. Oh. No. It's made me shudder, that. No. No. Anyway, let's move on from that.
I had to go.
No meme of the week. No meme of the week because we're not doing one this week because giving it another week on the ones that didn't get published the first week.
Yeah,
so
making sure they get a good run.
they're going to get a good run. So do go over to topicopedia.online and scroll down a little bit on the homepage and vote for your favourite meme of the week. Please, please, oh please. Yeah.
Excellent. So, we had jokes?
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't her fault she was overweight. It was just spontaneous.
Oh my God.
Oh dear, that's terrible. That's one I'm just literally found now. That was me going, I'm short of jokes. Let's see what I can find.
No, that's horrible.
Okay. I recently tried a Mars bar.
Oh, okay.
No decent beer and poor atmosphere. Anyway, my dad gave me an AM radio for my birthday. What an idiot. He knows I'm never up that early.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, try this one. I went for a massage and it was a male masseur doing the massage. I said to him, is it normal to get an erection during a massage? And he said, oh, sure, it happens. I said, oh, well, could you at least keep it out of my face?
Yeah, I like that one. I do like that one, yeah. Oh, brilliant. Okay. God, here we go. I saw 2 huge blackbirds in my garden this morning and they were stuck together.
Oh, no.
Yeah, turns out they were Velcros.
That's bad.
Oh, dear. What's the advantage of having sex with a dead body?
Is there one?
They last a few days rather than a few minutes. Oh, what's the definition of trust?
Oh, a wet fart.
Oh, no. 2 cannibals giving each other a blowjob. How many men wearing turbans does it take to screw in a light bulb?
3.
6.
Oh. Oh, no. How did I not get that?
I did like that one. Right, last one. I got a Brucey bonus one now.
Oh, excellent.
A nun comes back from the gynecologist where she found out she's pregnant.
Oh, no.
Furious, she summons all of the male staff at the monastery and she asks, okay, who jizzed on the candles? Yep.
That's a good one.
I know, I did enjoy that one. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Topicopedia. I think we'll leave it here. We shall see you again next week. Don't forget you can go and check us out on topicopedia.online. Vote for your favourite meme of the week. Leave us your sexy feedback via our sexy feedback form, or you can leave it on any of our socials, and we'll see you in a week. Bye.
Bye.